Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat and hypothesize on all things from fatherhood, marriage, comedy and everything else in between. From time to time, there will be special guests, but mostly it's going to be me and some regular contributors, including my main squeeze, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I am your host, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. It is the 7th of February. I'm stacking up the padcasts. I did a podcast there at the weekend with Tig and Sully and Dom. I'm doing one today with the only funny German. I'm doing one next week with Bernard Casey. And I have a few other guests lined up and I'm stacking them up. I'm going to try and get like maybe 6 or 7 in the can and just have them there for you over the next few weeks. Obviously going to be doing the Patreon, behind the scenes Patreon with the Queen every week as well. But she's taking a break from the main platforms for the next couple of weeks. And it's going to be just me and some regular contributors, excluding the wife. Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. But anyway, I digress as I often do. It is 1:20. It is Wednesday. I'm in the John Hume War Room. I've just smoked a little pin. And you're probably going, I thought you were off the weed, but you said you weren't smoking the weed anymore. And I'm not, but I have a guest, and I felt bad for him just to be smoking by himself. Like, do you know what I mean? It would be rude. I think it would be rude, you know. I am wearing my tracksuit pants and I'm wearing a hoodie. That's all you need to know about me. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome today's guest to the stage, all the way from the Cocoa Club in County Cork City. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the only funny German, Daniel Lucas.
Oh, thank you. What an intro. What an intro. You could have just brought me on as your excuse to have a smoke today.
Yeah.
That would have been good enough.
Well, if I needed an excuse to have a smoke every day, I would have a long list of excuses.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm very good. I'm wearing a jumper and some black jeans. This is a fashion podcast now.
Mop up them panty puddles, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm drinking some Lidl's own brand iced coffee.
Iced coffee out of a plastic container. He doesn't give a shit about the environment.
Tastes like chemicals.
Is that actually... That's a litre of... What is it?
It's a litre of Lidl iced coffee. This is very... I haven't had one of these in like 3 years, but when I was a student, I would buy like 4 of these, put them in the fridge, and then just bunk down and pull all night after all nighter.
Is there a big kick off it? Like,
yeah,
is there?
It's good. It's just coffee. It's just a huge amount of cheap coffee.
Yeah, Jesus. And it's cold. Like, I think sometimes it baffles me when people drink cold coffee. And I was like, I'll never drink cold coffee. Anyone who drinks cold coffee is a fucking dope. But then I had espresso martinis and they're freezing and they're absolutely...
They're gorgeous.
They're fucking gorgeous.
That's my favourite cocktail, man.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, so I was wrong all along. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how have I been wrong? I never thought I was wrong. But does that taste anything like an espresso martini?
No, it just mostly tastes like cold instant coffee, which is probably is. But it is, you know.
How much was that now?
Done.
How much was that?
Like €3.
€3 for a litre of cold instant coffee.
It's actually exactly... Does it say anywhere on here? It's exactly 1 litre, yeah.
What are the ingredients?
The ingredients. Oh, this is going to make me sound very unhealthy. It's 80% semi-skimmed milk, 17% coffee, sugar, cocoa powder, stabilizing, sodium carbonates. I don't even know, carrageenan. I think it's a...
Oh, carrageenan?
I think there's a village
down
the road.
There's carrageenan in it? Oh my God! Well, if there's carrageenan in it, it must be all right.
I think it's a GA club actually.
They're junior B, I think.
Yeah.
They're a club back in Duhallow. The Carrageenan. They have a great ladies football team
and great coffee as well.
And they mass produce. That's how they fund the GA club with cappuccinos that they sell to Lidl.
That's it.
Liters by the litre or Lidl. You were in
and raffling of houses.
And there's nothing better than a raffle off a gaff.
Good old raffle off a gaff.
Raffle a gaff, and it really gets to the core of Irish people as well, because Irish people love to own a house. Like
countries in a housing crisis, but the GA clubs are raffling them off.
Raffling them off. Boy, you could have a gaff there for 500 quid. Like, I mean, Like if you think about it, it's a nice speculation. Like, yeah, I'll throw 500 quid on that. I might get a gaff. It's a good, like, I
Do you
don't know.
think they ever cheat in that and they just give it to like a cousin?
Oh, I'd say you couldn't. Well, you look. I mean, you could cheat at anything, I suppose, really. But like, would it? I don't know. Would it? I don't. I would like to say the ethos of the GA that there is no cheating at that in something like that. But would I be surprised? Am I surprised with mankind? I'm never surprised when it comes to humans and how high and how low they can go.
And if a cousin of yours was like, "Hey Cornelius, if you enter this, you can get a free gaff," you know,
I'd be like, okay, no problem,
no bother.
I'll enter it.
Actually, morals, I don't care that much at all.
Who's the local solicitor? Because I'm selling that for cash straight away afterwards. And I'm going to go around to all the GA clubs and just buy. That'll be a business.
Yeah,
I have to win eventually.
Eventually. Oh yeah, that's it.
How'd you get on last year? Yeah, we won 3 gaffs. Yeah. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who do not know, Dan Lucas is a stand-up comedian. He is the resident host in the Cocoa Club along with myself in Cork City. Has been now for how long, Dan?
Nearly 3 years.
Nearly 3 years.
2 years and change.
2 years and change. A stalwart on the Cork comedy scene. Absolutely fantastic. Huge following online. Couple of 100,000 followers online plus, I'd say. And a satirical kind of a comedian. Likes to talk about politics and but also has kind of like, you know, little kind of silly little segues into like stuff with like what it's like to live in Ireland and our own idiosyncratic ways. Like takes the piss out of traffic lights and stuff like that.
I like political humor. I don't really like doing anything that's politics without the humor. You know, like it always has to be humor to me. I couldn't do like straight activist work, anything like that. I think it wouldn't suit me at all. It has to be funny in some way.
Yeah, he finds the funny in pain. You actually say that in your comedy. It's good to joke about bad things. It's good to joke about bad things.
I'm from Germany. I have to.
Yeah, you've no fucking choice.
I know choice.
You did a lot of bad things then, and that's what I brought you on today. Are you sorry?
Listen.
I'm only messing. It's
all right. I don't want to get your podcast in trouble.
Well, look, listen. I mean, you know, they do say that it's good. Bad news is good news, is it? Or no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah.
But I think, you know.
Well, you know, World War II was wrong, but World War I, like.
Yeah. You think that was justified?
I'm more of a fan of the original. The sequel, I don't know. You're
thinking Franz Ferdinand deserved that bullet.
Yeah,
you know?
Man. I'm thinking Godfather 1, man. That's a good one.
Ooh, well, I tell you now, Godfather 2 was pretty good.
That's true. It was pretty good.
Godfather 3, which is the one we're about to enter into now, that was a shit show.
That was terrible.
And in case you're wondering, these are metaphors for world wars.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Dan is my tour support. And he is, as I said, he pretty much is the manager above in the Coke Club. Comes down to me now once a week, and we go through all the books and we strategize together. And Dan does a lot of the implementation, especially when I'm away. And we work well together now as a team. We like initially we had a few kind of ups and downs, kind of feeling each other within the first 6 months, but we know each other's personalities inside out and back to front now. And
that's normal as well.
Yeah, it is.
That's normal as well.
It is.
I think as long as you're like kind of just a cool person to work with, and neither of us are dickheads about stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that's really all you need. And you'd be surprised how many people are just like assholes about stuff, you know.
Over small stuff.
Yeah, over small things.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, it doesn't really make a massive difference. No. Our aim every week is to open the doors of Coca Club, get in as many people as we can, promote ourselves and the residents, and then after that, local Cork comedians.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the fucking small stuff. And that's for you, Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike, he'll know what that means.
Shout out Uncle Mike.
And do not sweat the small stuff. And it is all fucking small stuff. And that's the plan. And but why I want to bring you on is I want to talk to you about just your experience there now. With a couple of gigs that we've done this year from your perspective, because I've been coming on here talking about my perspective. Noelle has been coming on talking about her perspective. But you've been around, just so people know, like you've built my website. You've been involved in the backside of getting stuff up live, getting tickets live. You're obviously my support on the day. So you come to the gigs, we travel together to the gigs, you warm the crowd up, do 20, 25 minutes. We've done it a couple of times, and we've got a good few gigs coming up now this year on that tour. And it's your first time ever doing it, and I know what it feels like because I've been talking about it on the podcast for years, or for the last 2 years with Chris. But I'm interested to know, how are you getting on as a comedian, I suppose, first of all?
I mean, if we go chronologically, really, this all, like, in regards to the tour itself, I watched you kind of build the tour in the club. That was my first interaction with it, you know? I saw you build the show basically from the ground up in the club. And then the first time we officially did the opening support, and then the tour was doing the work in progress shows, which they were tough gigs. I think you would be here saying the same thing. They were tough gigs.
Extremely hard.
Yeah, well, it was good. It's exactly what we needed.
They're like challenge matches when you're playing soccer, right? Or hurling or football. They're like challenge matches, in a boggy pitch, in front of a disgruntled audience on wet Wednesday nights.
The way I was looking at it now, when I look back at it, is that there was a lot of it was very international audiences, and me and you, like the set I had kind of prepped for it, and the show you had prepped for it, we were kind of. It was for Irish audiences. That's what it was for, because that's what we knew we were doing it to. And I think because of those shows that we did, at least for myself, I had the feeling if, like, for example, Mary brought her Spanish husband or something, I could make him laugh now too. I could translate this material so he gets it.
Yeah, and that's a great way of putting it. And that's because if you're in front of my audience, right? They're there to see me. They know what my material is like. And you've a distinctly different style to me, completely different style. Your political humour, and it's great. It's well written, and it's well delivered, and it's funny and it's punchy. But it is not the type of humour that we'll say people that were coming to my show were expecting. So you have to try and win, because your job is to warm up the audience, and you've done Dolan's and the Everyman now, and you absolutely smashed both of them, particularly the Everyman.
Thank you.
So you were having to make your material suit the palette of a different audience. Yeah. And I think that is the great skill in comedy, to be able to do that. And so I think that's a good. I think that's how the whips were so good for us on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that was my first interaction with it, and then it was Dolan's, and I had really good fun in Dolan's. I think it went really well. But the Everyman, I think, was the best so far. That felt really good. You know, I feel like I eased everything in better there. In Dolan's, I was a lot more nervous than in the Everyman.
Yeah,
because
it was your first time.
Yeah, it was a smaller room, but it's the first time doing it for use.
Yeah.
And then the Everyman, it felt a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, you smashed it. Tell me about your day, the day of the gig, because I could feel that you were a bit nervous during the week, and which was really funny, because I didn't feel any nerves myself. I've talked about this in the past, but I just felt that I was really, 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 really prepared, and I had a lot of kind of things that was preoccupying my time, so that I didn't have to get nervous.
Yeah.
But I could feel nervous energy off of Noel during the week. I could feel it from texts off friends coming in during the week. I felt it off you during the week. What was it like waking up in the morning? Like what did you do to alleviate your nerves, or what kind of a vibe did you have from when you got up to when you came off stage?
I mean, I got to curb the nerves to it for the month leading up to it, kind of, because I was doing a lot of stuff to get my own tour ready, so I was fairly distracted, which at the same time helped me get my material sharper, because I was writing for that too. And then like a week before it really set in, it's like, oh shit, I'm doing the Everyman next week, Yeah. Like I pushed it to the back of my head the entire time because I was busy. By the way, tickets to my show, onlyfunnygerman.com. Anyways.
I'll edit that out now. And I don't even edit this podcast track. I'm going to learn editing skills so I can fucking take that out.
But I got to push it at the back of my head. And then the day off, I woke up and I got picked up by our resident comic, David Horgan. He picked me up in his car, drove me to the Everyman. I didn't get out of bed before. I'll be completely honest. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to get up, I have a really stressful evening. I'm just going to stay in bed as long as I can. Yeah. I'm just going to chill here, watch like YouTube videos, play my Nintendo a little bit.
Did you smoke much weed?
No, I didn't even have breakfast. I just spent the whole morning in bed.
Yeah.
And I got driven in. I went to the Everyman, said hi to you. And then I just went off, ate some food by myself, got a haircut, which that is always a good choice. I think it helps with like confidence and stuff.
It definitely does.
Yeah, because then you just feel better. You don't feel like,
Yeah.
you're I don't know what the word is.
It does. A haircut definitely gives a person confidence, and like especially a day or two after you get it. But on the day that you actually get it, there's always a shoulders.
That's it. That's it, man.
And you came back and you were looking slick. I was like,
Thank
that's
you.
slick, Denny.
Thank you. I just knew it would help me with my confidence a little bit. And then I started really stressing. Like,
did you?
Yeah. Then just before
What time did you start
really stressing?
Like the hour beforehand?
No, I'd say 2 hours before, because I came back at like 7, I think. I think I came back at 7, then just hung out in the green room for 2 hours. And I was just like, David Murphy, who came in to film a documentary on you, he was trying to get a few shots with me. And the entire time I was waiting for him to call me to do the shots so I could do something else and just worry about my notes,
Yeah.
So every 20 minutes when he walked past, I was like, do we do it now, David? Can we do it now? He's like, no, I'm not ready yet. Like, I just wanted to get away from looking at my notes.
Yeah.
Which I think I didn't even have to go over them that much just before. I think I would have been fine either way. But that's what I started doing, just going over my notes and stressing out.
And where the tour endures. We're going to be doing Whelan's in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to be doing Clears after that. There's a Mallow date coming. There's a Kerry date that's live now. I'm doing the Barras as well. There's going to be a Fermoy date. There's a load of more dates. So if you are coming to see me, if you haven't seen me yet and you're coming to see the tour, you will see.
TheOnlyFunnyGerman.com.
You will see. That will be edited out. I'm taking that out. It's CorneliusPatrickO'Sullivan.com. Get on to me and I'll tell you where you can get his tickets. We're going to play Trending Topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan. Dan Lucas, this isn't your first time on the podcast, so you know what Trending Topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan is.
Yeah.
It is something, I've just refreshed the page now and it's completely different, right? And we'll have a look. We'll go into what's trending. Putin is number 2.
Oh, wow. Strong start.
Putin is number 2.
Crowd favourite.
And do you know who number 4 is? Is Tucker. So
Tucker?
Yeah. So you know Tucker Carlson?
Oh, yeah. That's that. He's very weird, isn't he? Yeah.
Tucker Carlson is in Russia.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing an interview with Putin.
I'm not surprised.
What I don't know who Tucker is. I don't know. Like, let's talk about Putin. Like, kind of Putin has kind of gone down the reins recently now with the old genocide that's happening out in Palestine. Like,
BB is coming for his title.
Is he a bit pissed off?
He's
I wonder.
coming for the title. Yeah, but who knows? I think he's still the crowd favorite for most evil man in the world at the moment. I think probably Epstein was a contender, but that went away. So Putin is still the crowd favorite.
I think Netanyahu has to be fucking up there at the moment.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
Come on now, Netanyahu. He is an evil cunt. Like, do you know what I mean?
You know who must be feeling really good? Good old Kim Jong-un. He's chilling.
He's chilling like a villain. But you know what he's doing? He's playing the long game.
Yeah,
because he knows that there's nothing going to knock him off the trump. Whereas Netanyahu is like, I have got to continue with this. Yeah. I have to continue or else I'm fucked. You know? He's the real evil bastard. So I think I would be myself. I'd put Netanyahu up top.
Up top, fair enough, yeah.
You have to keep that in there, but he's in the top 3, man. Like, do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like he's playing a low game. He's playing a low key game. You know, he's not a flashy player, but he's consistent.
Who's your top 3 evil bastards?
I'd say Putin. I'd say Netanyahu, but I'd say that's very
You're putting
close.
Putin above Netanyahu?
Yeah, I'd say it's very close.
Netanyahu's causing a fucking genocide across the globe as we speak. Like, I know Russia are invading the Ukraine, but the Ukraine have the money to fight back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, it's your choice.
I'm going to put Putin slightly above.
You're pro Putin. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's what you want.
I just think Putin has a much more storied career. You know, now he only started playing the big leagues semi-recently.
So you're putting
Putin's been playing the big leagues for a long time.
Yeah, but name me one genocide now that Putin has, like a fucking proper genocide.
He's done loads. He's done genocides on his own people.
Oh yeah, okay.
he's done so much.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay. And he's been playing.
It's hard to argue against
it,
man. You're pro Putin. You're putting up. And like, I mean, you're making a compelling case here.
Number 3 is tough though, because I would have said Epstein, but he's not around anymore, so can't do Epstein. And Weinstein is in prison, and all the other big sex predators no one cares anymore. Maybe R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, yeah. Well,
Maybe
he's locked up. Who are your top 3? So, what number 1 is Putin? Number 2 is
Netanyahu. That's a close.
Are you telling me Kim Jong is not even getting into the top 3?
Nah, dude.
Dude.
Kim Jong, comparatively small scale. Comparatively small scale.
He's got weapons of mass destruction, man.
Yeah, but North Korea is a very low population, like.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's comparatively low scale.
All right. Okay.
Maybe Erdogan. I put Erdogan top 3.
Erdogan.
Yeah, I put Erdogan. I'm a Erdogan fan.
You fancy Erdogan?
Yeah. I think he's a bit like that player who everybody underrates. You know, he's not on the greatest team. But he's performing strong every game.
He's a contender. He's one to watch.
He's one to watch. 100%.
One to watch. Whereas I would have Genocide Joe in my top 3.
Oh, that's interesting.
Genocide Joe.
See, I'd say you're picking a bad player on a good team there.
Yeah, well, definitely picking a bad player, and the team is very strong. All right, but he's at the head of he's the coach.
In term of evil, America is like the all time. That's the GOAT. That's the GOAT. But I don't know, man.
All right, okay. Hashtag Ryanair. Let's move on.
I'll put Ryanair in the top 3 most evil airlines. Why is Ryanair trending? What have they done?
Ryanair, catch flights, not feelings, but Europe's favourite airline. That's so good.
Oh,
catch flights, not feelings. That's their tagline on their Twitter, right? Catch flights, not feelings, with Europe's favourite airline. Customer queries at Ask Air Ryan. There's no way that you'd like that is brilliant.
Ryanair is pretty funny on social media, man. I've seen a lot of their content. They're like quite funny on social media.
Oh my god, that is, if you're on Twitter, check that out. Catch flights, comma, so you've paused for a second, not feelings with Europe's favourite airline. Customer queries, and that's obviously a little jibe at because there's no Ask Ryanair. Like their customer service is renowned as being one of the worst out there.
Yeah, and I mean after you get the right, just leave the country.
Oh, lads, they're taking the piss out of fucking Eamon Ryan here, like. They have Eamon Ryan, who's the minister. He's the minister for fucking. He's the Green Minister in Ireland, right? And they have a picture of him asleep in the Dáil. Time to wake up, Eamon Ryan. This is Ryanair, forever asleep at the wheel. 2002, asleep during the security queues crisis.
They're funny though. They've always been funny on social media.
I'd love to know who writes their tweets, man. There's the bang of a comedian off them.
Yeah. I think it started in like 2015 when I first started seeing their content. They hired some really funny people, which is all you have to do, really.
And do you fly with Ryanair?
I do always, yeah. 10-year tickets, man. I'm not turning my nose up at that.
Yeah, look, listen. I have no problem with cheap as long as you get to the destination.
Yeah, plane stays in the air. I'm happy.
And you're not extremely uncomfortable. I don't like the bus, but if I had to take the bus, I take the bus. Do you know?
I also feel like you're not gonna get hijacked on Ryanair. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's too cheap of a plane.
Yeah, there's no one wealthy on there. There's no one there of of note, That's why fucking low-lying comedians like you and me are on it all the time. Okay, what else is trending here now? We'll do another one. It's very political. I want to get off the politics. Let's go to the news. It's so fucking like the Kremlin is fucking like
the Kremlin. Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Kremlin's a beautiful building.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't get enough. Zelensky is also trending. It's all political. Fuck this. I'll go into the entertainment section.
Zelensky's trending again.
Zelensky.
Oh.
His stand-up special. Eamon Ryan is fucking trending. Holy ground.
That is so wild, man.
Wow, this is all really weird stuff trending today.
I can't believe he's going to interview Putin. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that must be like
Tucker Carlson.
That must be like a crazy. Imagine the day they got that interview confirmed. Putin's agent said yes.
Yeah, and that would just he's going to get into a world. Oh, I know who we're going to talk about here now in a second. He's going to get into a world of pain from now on when he's back in America as well, Although the right of America now are almost fucking pro-Putin because the way Donald Trump goes, I'd sort that out straight away.
Well,
I'd just ring Vladimir up and I'd say, Vlad.
They're like follow us. Like if Tucker starts saying he likes Putin, they're all gonna start liking Putin.
Yeah.
They will do whatever the big people say.
He's not that bad. He's not that bad.
I know Kim very well.
Kim's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, our top 3 evil people, also the first 3 people in Trump's phone list, ironically.
I'm watching the world burn during my lifetime now, right? And we could be on the verge of World War III, and I hope we're not. And I'm very happy and grateful for where I live, in a safe world, safe part of the world. But if Trump gets back in, and I think he will, it's really just going to be so much entertainment.
Yeah,
It's going to be so
gonna
much
be crazy.
entertainment.
It's gonna be crazy
Because he literally does the exact opposite to what you think is the sane thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, that is his default. Everybody says, don't jump. See you later.
Well, the thing everyone thinks America is gonna like fucking separate into two unions, you know, which is gonna be impossible. Like that's gonna be another civil war.
It'd be very difficult. But
Yeah.
there is a big divide there now, all right?
Yeah,
Like, you
but
know,
the divide isn't a clear line. Like it's all. I saw a map the other
it's
day.
pretty clear in some states. Like, I mean, if you're in Texas, I love Texas, and Texas is extremely Republican.
Yeah,
Extremely Republican.
What I mean is, there's no like clear north-south divide anymore. Like
Yeah.
I saw a map the other day where it was like a zigzag line of the Republican to Democrat areas. You know,
That's very true. It's
Yeah.
like different countries. Like, it's almost like it wouldn't be hilarious if they did a Europe on it. And they were like,
yeah.
there you go, Texas. There you go. That's your own country there now. Look after your own taxes.
Yeah.
It would be really cool. And if like little countries took on little identities, like, you know the way in Canada, like Quebec is quite French, and down in the south of North America, like Louisiana have their own vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that, man. That's why I always liked.
It would add more culture to
That's why I
the.
always liked Europe. That's what I wish the world was like. If we all just had the same laws and we're like, okay, we all gonna not be assholes to each other.
Yeah,
in
but we
these
could
same
have
weird
our
ways.
own cultural
Yeah, but we all have
differences.
our own cultures. We
Yeah.
all just manage ourselves, you know.
Yeah, but no one from from South Korea, like, or from North Korea.
Yeah.
No,
And we just all agree. no one from South Korea.
North Korea. Sorry, let the South Koreans in.
No Koreans at all. We can't take the risk.
Unless Kim Jong is going to sign up unless he's happy to, you know, have us all on board, we're going to have to exclude him. You know. Last trending topic is Bono.
Bono. Oh, nice. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah, Bono loves Israel.
Bono's a big Israelite, lads.
Big fan.
Yeah, he's like, I'm really disappointed. Like, I'm really, really disappointed.
Really? And Bono?
Well, you see, I grew up with Bono, right? I grew up with U2's music in the 80s and the 90s and the noughties, and we were talking about this before we came on. Like, they're unbelievable musicians. Like, I mean, they have transcended like 2 or 3 different generations of people. They've reinvented their music all the time.
Yeah.
And their music is timeless. You could listen to like something from All That You Can Leave Behind, and it'll take you into that era, but it's quite relevant even to today. Even the stuff that they made in the 80s, Rattle and Hum, these are all bangers, like.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's done so much for, like, he's always going on talking about, you know, the plight of the, you know, of the poor and of the sick and of the needy, and he's done a lot of good work out in Africa and all that kind of stuff. But he was at the Grammys, like, and he just pretty much fucking like nailed his flags to the Israeli mask, and, like, you know, there was no balance at all. Like,
oh man, I never trusted him. To me, he was always that you know, we are the people, that like celebrity liberalism of like, I'm gonna pretend I really care, and then I'm gonna go fuck kids in the bed. I'm not saying he fucks kids now.
Yeah.
Don't spread that rumor.
no, I won't edit that out. No, I'll leave that in.
But just saying, that's always the
You heard it
impression
here
he
first,
gave me.
guys. Dan Lucas said Bono fucks kids. You know? But
Who
what
knows?
does he know? Like, he's pro-Putin, so do you know what I mean?
That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. It's like it always came across as like kind of Bill Gates style. Like, I want to seem like I really do a lot for charity, but really I'm doing a lot of dodgy shit as well.
Bill Gates is another fucking creepy character. Like,
Yeah.
he is a creepy.
He's a
character.
creepy character.
Yeah.
He's a creepy
Like,
character.
he went to the island by all accounts.
It's
you
just
know?
Stephen Hawking.
What the fuck was Stephen Hawking
Dick
doing
doesn't
over it?
work.
He's got no feelings from the neck. Do you know that he cheated on his
Yeah.
on his wife? Like,
Cheated on his wife. It's hilarious.
like, how could he cheat? How was it physically? Like, it must have been emotionally, obviously. Like,
Well, maybe someone told me. I don't know if this is true. So it's completely speaking out of pocket.
Inverted commas here.
Inverted commas, but someone told me that he read somewhere Steve Hawking liked getting pissed on. So
You heard it here first, guys.
Heard it here first.
Straight from Dan Lucas's.
Bono fucks kids. Steve Hawking likes getting pissed on.
And he is pro-Putin as well. All right, man. That's yeah. Like, I mean, I suppose that is absolutely. Is he doing it for his own? Like, because I do hear that if you drink your own urine, that it's actually quite good for your skin. Like, maybe he was just. Maybe he was. Maybe he was just like really interested in maintaining
Shit,
a
man.
good sheen on his skin.
Should start drinking my own urine.
Yeah.
Should start doing it, man.
Apparently,
Should start doing
it's a thing like and it's really good for your immune system as well. Maybe his immune system wasn't great, you know.
Did you ever see his time traveler party he threw?
No.
He put on a party. It's like 10 years ago. He threw a party for time travelers, and then he sent out the invitations after the party. So like people would travel back and go to the party, and then when all the Epstein list stuff came out, there were very funny jokes online of being like, "No, I know why the time travelers didn't show up."
Trust you to make my podcast dark and broody. Guys, if you like Dan, you'll see him anyway. He's supporting me. He's on my tour. He's doing pretty much all my dates, bar one, I think, at the moment. And he is also going on tour himself, and all his tickets are on sale at Dan. What's your email address?
theonlyfunnygerman.com.
theonlyfunnygerman.com, and you'll see all his listings on that. He is absolutely hilarious.
Thank you so much.
Very, very funny guy, and I would implore you to go and see him. I genuinely would. And if you see him, even if you see him at one of my gigs, that'll give you a taster. Definitely go to his solo show. His hour is amazing. It's really
Thank
good.
you so much.
No bother at all, man. No bother at all. And yeah, that's it, guys. So until next week.
No more trending topics. We're all out.
That's trending. That's the end of Trending Topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan.
Bo.
Staying by the wall, everybody. Good night and God bless.